Hey y'all, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm gonna be sharing with you guys everything that has helped me with my cystic acne. About 2 years ago it got really bad, like cystic slash hormonal slash fungal acne, as far as what the dermatologist said when I went like almost 2 years ago. So I realized in high school my acne was getting really bad. I had a little bit of acne like freshman year, but sophomore year my skin was super clear, super good, and then that all changed. And I knew it was really bad when my forehead started breaking out. On my cheeks here and there, like you'll see a few like absolutely, but like not on my forehead. So I knew something was, I was trying everything, you know, us girls, we're gonna try everything to figure out what the heck is happening with our skin. So once I figured out that's what I have, he gave me some prescriptions, like a pill, I believe, for the fungal acne, and a cream to put on my face at night, which helped really well. So grateful. I used that for about 3 months and then I stopped. Then I started like going back into figuring out what worked for my skin. What works for me works for me, what works for you works for you. I just wanted to share this with y'all because I know like a lot of people struggle with this, especially if you're not very educated on skin. Like I had no idea what cystic acne was, but pretty much it's like you know when you get your monthly, it's like that. It's like those little hormone bumps, which I have right here right now, and I had a few, which it is that time of the month, so that's why my skin looked like this. But I promise you, I'm gonna insert photos how much my skin has cleared up since then. Like, and I'm gonna insert photos of how bad it was. Like, it was super bad. So I have a few cleansers that I personally use. Starting off with the Epichlor cleanser from Lower's Posay, and this is the purifying foam and gel cleanser for oily skin. It's tested on acne prone skin, which has worked really well for me. There's also another one that says medicated on it. It comes in a white tube. That's the first one that I used and it worked so good and I kept using it. And then I saw this one and I was like, oh, I want to try it. This one is amazing as well, but I definitely rather the medicated gel one more, which I will be purchasing once this one is done. L'Oreal Posay brand is a little bit pricey for some, and I definitely understand and get that, but I think y'all should give it a try and let me know how it does for you. The next cleanser that I use is the Terrain Hydrating Gentle Cleanser with probiotic thermal water. This is what it looks like. Usually when you use the medicated face wash, especially for me, I like to double cleanse, so it kind of dries my skin out. So then I'll use the hydrating gentle cleanse after. The next cleanser that I use from them is the Terrain Purifying Foaming Cleanser, and this is what it looks like. This is for normal to oily skin. If it would focus. I realized the less I use on my skin, the better it looks, the more flawless, the more glowy it looks, and the more my acne clears up. So toner and all of that, I don't really use, probably once in a while, but not really. I do use something from Dermalogica. I use Dermalogica's Daily Milk Fluent. This is their exfoliator. When I do need to exfoliate, focus. And let's get into the moisturizers. And of course, the moisturizers are by L'Oreal Posay. So I use the Terrain Double Repair Face Moisturizer. On the days where it's like super cold, which we're in winter now, this is what I use. And I was in Texas, and Texas weather, you know, in January, it gets crazy. So I was living on that moisturizer. In the summertime, my skin tends to get more oily, so I use the Terrain Double Repair Matte Moisturizer for normal / combined skin. So I use this one during the summertime. I recently picked up the Terrain double repair base moisturizer, which also has sunscreen in it, which I am excited because I just moved back to Florida, so I definitely need to be wearing my sunscreen. And sometimes I don't have time to put all like moisturizer on, sunscreen on, like all of that. So to make sure that I have sunscreen on, I got the face moisturizer that also has SPF, and this is 30. So this is what this look like when I'm out in the sun all day or outside, and I come home and I wash my face and I just want to feel fresh, or like, I don't know, like I just love the feeling of like when you spray a mist and it like cools your face down. So I have the La Roche-Posay thermal spring water for sensitive skin. It smooths and protects natural antioxidant, and this is what it looks like. Sometimes I use it before I put my makeup on. My skin is super sensitive to everything, so I just keep the list of things I use on my skin to a minimum. But for makeup, to clean my makeup off, I use the micellar cleansing water by Garnier. Now, apart from face stuff that I do that helps me is aloe, like rubbing the actual like real aloe from the supermarket on my skin. That helps like with inflammation and all of that stuff. I'm not really too sure of what it really does, but I just know that it's so good for your skin, so good for your hair. You could use it as a hair mask. So when I originally found out that I have cystic acne, I went on a whole research thing because I need to figure out something by tomorrow that's gonna clear up all this cystic acne. And something that I found that's been really helpful and good is spearmint tea. This one, organic spearmint. I wish I kept the research, like I took a screenshot of the research that I had read where it said it was really good for your skin and all these good properties that it has. I didn't, and I'm so bummed out about that. But drink this every morning and I promise you, you'll see a difference. With no sugar, no sugar. I know for some it's probably gonna be hard to do, but I promise. Trust me on it. Try it and tell me that you don't see a difference. I did look up to see if I could find the article that I read, but I didn't. But I did find that where it says spearmint tea may help with hormonal acne because it has anti-androgen, hope I'm saying that right, properties, but there's not much scientific evidence to support it. It was something along the lines of that I read, and then I also read like drink it without sugar to have like a better effect. And when I tell you, I'm the science research they need to prove it, because this definitely has played a part in it. Definitely. Drink this every morning, no sugar. Do not add no sugar to it, and I promise you, you will see a difference. Another thing that affected my acne on my face was dairy. I'm not 100% sure that I'm allergic to dairy, but I do know that like sometimes when I eat the cheese puffs or cheese or too much, or I consume too much dairy, that my throat itches a lot and then I have little fine bumps. So your diet is also plays a huge role into your skin and all of that. So definitely look into listen to your body and pay attention to what you put into your body to see if you eat anything, if it's affecting your skin or not. I know bread sometimes affect my skin as well, so I try to limit the amount of bread intake that I have, and dairy as well. And if I could do it, y'all could do it. I know dairy is so good, especially like ice cream, chips, and all of that, but try to limit it a little to see. Some tips that I have is your pillowcase. I wash my pillowcase every weekend, and I change it as much as often because I realize like I could go a week without washing my pillowcase. Cool. By Tuesday, the following Tuesday, I promise you my face starts breaking out. Yeah, my skin is just that sensitive. So every weekend I wash my pillowcases and I change them because of that reason. So stop using your hands to wash your face. If you do, I used to because I used to be lazy. Stop using your hands to wash your face. use a rag or washcloth or whatever y'all want to call it, or whatever facial product, whatever facial cleanser, sponge, or whatever y'all find on Amazon or something. But try to not use your hands to wash your face. I personally use a washcloth to wash my face, and that washcloth is only dedicated to my face. I only use that washcloth on my face. Your bonnet. Just as much as I wash my pillowcases, I wash my bonnet. So on Sunday when I'm washing my pillowcases, best believe that bonnet is in there getting washed too. Because I noticed that, like, from my hair being down and all of that and the oils I put in it, that my bonnet soaks up because I wear a silk bonnet. I realized I start to get pimples on my forehead sometimes from my bonnet. So bonnet and pillowcases, I recommend washing every weekend. So that's everything that worked for me. Like I said again, not everything that I use is gonna work for you guys, and not everything that you guys use is gonna work for me. But it's leave that bonnet is in there getting washed too. Because I noticed that, like, from my hair being down and all of that and the oils I put in it, that my bonnet soaks up because I wear a silk bonnet. I realized I start to get pimples on my forehead sometimes from my bonnet. So I'm like, okay, so bonnet and pillowcases. So bonnet and pillowcases, I recommend washing every weekend. If you're able to, just go ahead and do that, just to eliminate and see everything that works for your skin. So that's everything that works for me.